Hello everyone, hope you're doing wonderful. I'm just doing a real quick little small update review. It's not going to be very long, it's going to be very brief. But I just wanted to kind of share with you, I had shared in the past this new Martha Stewart punch that I had received, and I opened it, I did a haul on it and showed that I had received it, but I didn't really have a chance to play with it yet. And I've been so busy that I'm just really now getting around to doing it. I did this one previously, and it was very cattywampus, but it's very off. Does not match up well at all. And so I just now kind of finally sat down to figure it out, play with it a little bit, and I was looking at for the 4x6, and that's mainly what I was going by because most of my photos are the 4x6. And so on this chart, for this one, for starters, I did for a 4x6 photo, I don't know if you can see that chart or not. It says to cut your piece of paper, if you want a 1-inch desired photo mat, you cut that, your cardstock or your paper at a 6x8, and that is what I did with this. I wrote my little chicken scratches on the back. I wrote that for this piece, for a 4x6 photo, I cut a 6x-inch piece of cardstock in a blue, and that's what I did here. And then, so for that, it tells you for a 4x6 1-inch border, you go to the number 2. And what I did before where I messed up was it tells you here to increase by 2. Well, my eyes are not very good, but I couldn't see the marks. The marks, which you can see up here, are very faint. So I ended up taking my Copic pen here. It's a 0.3, and it's a very fine tip. So I just took it inside here, and I marked, just kind of traced out the numerals in here, so that way I would know my guide. Because what I was doing inside here, so for instance on that blue mat it says to increase by 2. So I needed to look for this increase by 2 number, but my eye was taking me to this big large number 2 up here. And that number 2 that you see in the center, all these numbers in the center, that indicates what the mat width is going to be. And that's not the number that I needed to go by. I needed to go by this increase 2. So when I first cut the mat and I was using it according to that setting, this is the negative piece that comes out after you punch it around. This is what I got from, I got this small center, and of course it doesn't line up right either. That's what came out, and I thought, okay, what am I doing wrong? And then that's when I discovered that my eyes weren't focusing on the proper numbers here, and that's why I took my pen and I made my little marks here, so that way I would know just to go to these marks when it says to increase by 2. That's the numbers I want to go by. So anyway, that's my little share on that. And also, I was a little confused at first how to do my proper alignment. These plates rotate. You flip them around this way and that way based upon according if you're going to do an inside cutout or an exterior border cutout. And so, excuse me, when I figured that out, how I wanted to, what side I wanted this to line up at, then this was a little confusing as far as when I wanted to make my cut. So, so for this one, I cut, you punch, so you line it up on this blue cardstock for the 4x6 at the 6x8 piece of cardstock. And the instructions say to increase it by 2. So, based upon this add by 2, I go to this corner and then you punch all 4 corners, and you can see there that's where it punches. And so you go around all 4 corners. So then after you have all those 4 corners punched, it was a little hard to see how to properly align it. But what you do is for your first punch only, you do this slight diagonal. So you want to move to your left. After you punch out all 4 corners, you go to your left, and then, so this would be your corner piece. So then you would line up that corner piece, because that would be your first punch. But you go ahead and do all 4 punches at the same time. And then you line up that, and then you also want to, and this is real important, make sure not only to line up your image, your flower image here at the angle, but also pay attention to this horizontal line here, and place your card, make sure your cardstock is properly lined up. So when that happens, and then you see, it won't let you put it on there unless it's turned properly. So then you place it on there, you do your second cut, and then you keep following from there on. You just keep going across. Follow your horizontal line here, and you just keep going across, lining it up according to this guide here. It's very simple. Once you get started on it, it's not hard at all. It's just after you do your first 4 corners, you only do that one turn to your left here, and then from there you just keep punching straight across. So I'll probably share more with you later. This is what it looks like. This is a 4x6 photo, and this is a photo mat that I cut out with that punch, making this one I made with the 1/2-inch border going all the way around. So this is just scrap paper that I used because I was just learning and playing with it. So that piece was cut out at 5x7. So if you don't want that edge border punched out and you want to use it as a matte frame because you're going to frame it, then this will be fine. If you're wanting to use it for pocket scrapbooking, then logically this size mat would not fit in your pockets. You could do a layout with it, but you wouldn't want to use it for your pocket scrapbooking. You would have to go down to a smaller size photo and go with the smaller size frame. So I'm going to kind of play around with that, trial and error. I'll probably share more later on as I get the time to do so. And then this one is with the 1-inch mat. This puts a 1-inch photo mat around that border. This is the blue. And again, you know, like I said, I'm still learning. It's not perfect, but I wanted to play around with it and kind of get an idea with what I wanted to do with it and how it was going to work out. I love the look of the, you see this won't line up just properly as far as the sizing, but what I like about these punches, you can do the different size matting in accordance to, so that way you're going to get a little bit of a layering, lacy effect, and that would be really pretty to do. So I want to play around with that as well. Do some nice cutouts and some frames. And so anyway, I just thought I would share that with you right now. That's all I've done so far. It's all I've had time to do. I'm getting ready to, actually my husband is going to, he's going to change around my crafty area for me a little bit better, and I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit more easier to use, and hopefully it'll help me to position my lights a little bit better too. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. It may be a while. It may be quite a project before I'm able to share the completed project on that. But I just wanted to share this real quick because I didn't have the chance to share anything yet, and so I wanted to do that. And so everyone take care. Talk to you later. Bye.